All right, welcome back to another episode of the Karter Cast. I'm your host, Karter Baughan. Connor, Dylan here. Connor, it's you're putting in PTO left and right. We don't have to mention that I was in Hawaii this weekend and we didn't do a recap.
I was gonna say,
but I did watch football. In Hawaii though.
Well,
I watched all the games. Talk to me, Dylan. What?
Oh, I was just going to say, Karter, it takes some dedication to do a live show from the McCarran Airport phone booth or whatever you were in. So, I mean, you can talk about PTO and no recap show, but let's keep in mind, we need you for the live show. You came in clutch from the airport.
Fits the title.
You could have been
random live
playing
show.
the Wheel of Fortune slot machine, and you decided to.
Mark Davis, yeah.
I was a little bummed. I didn't bring the mic. I wish I had the mic. The headphone mics are not it. I will make sure to always have the mic on me. And go ahead.
If you bring the mic, people might think you're like really important. Like, oh, who's that guy that brought his mic to the airport? He's got a show to do. Are you Karter?
And then he'll say,
go ahead,
yeah, I'm friends with the guy who just pooped on CJ Stroud on Twitter. That's what Karter would say. So there you go.
Hey, you see that CJ Stroud clip? He's on my podcast.
Yeah, I know that guy. That guy with 5 million impressions? Yeah, I know him.
Someone chimes into the phone booth. They're like, no, Chili's is way better than Applebee's. What is this guy saying?
Can I report back on that real quick?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't this show. So we went live 2 weeks ago. You said that Chili's was better than Applebee's. I said, absolutely no way. Applebee's is great. You got all you can eat boneless wings. So my homework was to go to Chili's. Abby and I went to Chili's last Friday. My verdict is in. It is better than Applebee's. But the price, we got to do something with the price. Because Abby and I got the chicken tenders. She got like an app trio or something like that. We got the endless chips with salsa and 2 different types of queso. That bill ended up almost being $50. That's a
lot of food. That's a lot of food. You had the sampler.
What were the drinks?
Nothing. We had waters. We're big water.
Oh man.
So I have a problem there.
The appetizer trio was the rookie move. You know, just because you get the unlimited salsa anyways, that just usually comes with your meal. So then you just got to go with a regular entree because the crispers are like $15.
But yeah, the crispers weren't bad, and it comes with the mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was probably the best macaroni and cheese I've had in my life. The price was an issue. Didn't matter too much because we hit 5-star North Texas the week before. But
there you go.
The other gripe I had, I woke up in the middle of the night and my stomach was in shambles. Like it wasn't like I had to relieve myself. It was just like it was sitting there like a rock, and I was
just twisting your stomach.
Yep, I don't want to be gross,
like
but I would burp and I would taste it. Like I was out at that point. But Abby and I raved about how good that food was because we both hadn't been, and it had to have been at least 5 years for both of us. So I appreciate the recommendation. Overall, I'd go 8 out of 10.
That's a solid book report.
Is it a good thing that like I'm giving out good food recommendations, or is it a fat thing? You have to draw that fine line.
Yes, it can be both. That's okay.
Yeah,
good and fat aren't mutually exclusive.
To round out this little recap corner, sorry about the PTO, guys. I actually went home to North Carolina this weekend, and I went to see my grandparents, and my grandma says, Connor, are you still doing that podcast with Karter? And I was like, yeah. She was like, well, I saw some clips on Twitter, and I didn't see you on there. I was like, because I missed 2 shows. Yeah,
and she's like, I'm so happy you guys cashed the parlay. What a great pick, Connor. And then she's like, and you were like, oh yeah, Bears plus 8.5 wasn't me. Raiders money line wasn't me. Bengals minus 2.5 wasn't me. Nope. Hey, we did hit a parlay pick. That's what we should have started the show with. We finally hit one. We saw the layup go through. It wasn't a layup. It was a contested three-pointer. It was a contested three-pointer. And Raiders money line, Bengals against the Bills. Everyone's, the Bills are hot, Sunday Night Football. And Bears. We had to have a U-Haul truck drive into an apartment to hit this parlay.
Connor, have you had any U-Haul trucks be driven into your apartment this week?
I have not. I had my fair share of U-Haul experiences, but
we're not hitting the parlay this week.
Sorry, guys.
Let's start talking about football. Let's start off Bengals Texans. I have Cincinnati minus 7 over under 48.5. That may have changed.
40. Did you say 48.5?
Did I get that wrong?
I don't know.
40,
that just
it's
sounds
40.
extremely
It's 47, 47.5 right now. Is what I'm looking at.
Still
I put
sounds
these
so
in.
high.
I put these in last night. I put these in Tuesday night. We're recording
Still
right now,
high.
almost 10 p.m. Wednesday night. Then take the under, Dylan. Take the under.
I like it kind of.
Before we get into this game, really, I need to bring up someone's CJ Stroud tweet. So Dylan, if you didn't follow Dylan on Twitter at Wilkerson8Dylan, the CJ Stroud tweet, I'm gonna play it on the show for you if I can get this pulled up real quick.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Can I be honest? Honesty minute. I did not. So go ahead, Connor.
Trust tree. You kind of love that this happened.
Oh, I love it. It's amazing. It's the best. This could not have gone any better. But truthfully, I did not plan for this to happen. So the original plan, I tweet out the clips. I wait for Dov or Schefter or whoever to tweet out something about this team. Then I reply. I quote tweet the clip. And that way it's like you're doubling up on the impressions. Because boys, we're trying to get paid. It's as simple as that. We need $5 million. So someone quote tweeted this and it just took off. And then before you knew it, one guy said, I'm about to quote tweet this and you're never going to know what happened. And I'm like, please quote tweet it. Like, that's fine. So there we go.
Yeah. So if you're not watching on video, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple right now, it has 126K views as of right now, and the tweet says we need to pump the brakes on the CJ Stroud hype. He had a great game Sunday, but let's not forget some of the other moments from his #WeAreTexans tenure. Here's the clip.
Stroud just goes off, 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. A lot of people. I don't want to downplay what he did. It's an amazing game. He, just like Dobbs, led his team down the field in an even shorter amount of time. Let's keep in mind this Tampa Bay defense, bottom half in a lot of stats via PFF, specifically pass rushing coverage. So, he had a great game. He made the throws. That's everything. But he does have 4 games with a passer rating less than 100. He has 2 games with less than 200 passing yards. Maybe we don't jump to conclusions and say he's the best rookie quarterback yet, just 9 games into the season. So maybe pump the brakes there. But Stroud. So can I lead off with a question here?
Yeah, let me get this fixed. There you go. Now go.
Did I ever say CJ Stroud was a bad quarterback in that clip?
But you said something at the very end.
I said we can't say that he's the best rookie quarterback right now.
Okay, who is then?
Well, you know who he's going to say.
Well, what I'm saying is,
say it, Dylan, please.
If we compare rookie quarterbacks right now, it's not a level playing field because Richardson looked great until he got injured. I mean, he looked like the best quarterback in this class. He gets a concussion, he's out for the year. He looked like the best dual threat, at least. We have Bryce Young. No offense, guys. Poo-poo. And you can make any excuse you want. Bad line, doesn't have the weapons. I don't care.
Dylan, how do you not understand this? Did you watch football when Trevor Lawrence's rookie year? It's literally the same thing. He looked even better than Trevor Lawrence did that year.
That's the thing.
Do you know how bad the Jags were that season?
I understand. I was in Vegas when Urban got fired. I can recall that.
So was he the day of.
Here's the thing. It's a completely different situation. Frank Reich is not Urban Meyer. This isn't a guy that's coming from college and thinking that he's going to be able to have the same success. And when it doesn't pan out, he just throws everything down the toilet. It's not the same position.
Just because he's not coming from college doesn't mean it's not dysfunctional. You can be dysfunctional coming from the NFL.
Urban came to Jacksonville expecting things to go exactly the same as how it went at Ohio State. Frank Reich is coming from an awful situation in Indianapolis where he was dealing with God knows Matt Ryan at quarterback, and then there was a change. Like it's a different situation these coaches were coming into. It's not the same for Bryce Young and as Trevor Lawrence. It just isn't. They're completely different.
How?
Just told you the coaching is not the same.
The coaching doesn't matter. If you look at the way the offense flows, and if you look at them in their first year right now, you can't tell me. Our main point here is pump the brakes on the Bryce Young hate because look what happened with Trevor Lawrence. We don't need to dive into the specifics of why it's happening. It's pump the brakes. Trevor Lawrence looked like crap in his first year.
Let's not jump to conclusions here. And you're like, oh, Bryce Young, poo-poo.
Yeah.
The difference is on this show, up from the draft on, all I heard was Bryce is a playmaker. Bryce is a playmaker. Make the plays. That's what people are saying. Make the plays.
He's behind schedule. He's behind schedule.
You can send me all of these pictures. All I saw on Twitter were screenshots of of offensive linemen getting outplayed by defensive linemen, where you have 4 guys in white shirts coming after Bryce, and then their black shirt counterparts were behind the defensive linemen. That's all I saw. All I heard was he's a playmaker. Make the plays. Make the plays.
That's just a simple thing, though. You're like, make the plays. But what if it's impossible?
That's what you were saying.
Okay, Dylan. I said he is a playmaker, but also, okay, maybe I was a little wrong to the extent of what he can do as a playmaker, but guess what? It's an impossible situation.
You can't make a play every down. You cannot make a play every single down like that.
Okay, that's fair. The guy's not making them at all. He has 7 interceptions?
Have you watched the games? Be honest. Have you watched the Panthers game?
Carter, we've talked about it.
Besides the Saints
on the
Monday night
Panthers.
When? What last time you bet on the Panthers?
I probably 2 weeks ago. And then I said I'm never doing it again. I said that on this show.
2 weeks ago was the Texans, and we beat the Texans. He looked great in that game.
2 weeks ago was the Texans?
Yes. Yeah, well, and then against the Colts I will say this.
Texans the week before.
Sadly, I watched every snap of the Colts game. Yes, he had 2 bad pick sixes. Those were his fault, especially the last one. But he made more plays on third down. All those scrambles, those 6-yard scrambles where he made one defender miss and got the first down. We weren't seeing that the first 5 weeks.
Also, Joe Burrow's rookie year. Joe Burrow had one of the worst offensive lines in the league. He looked terrible his rookie season. He got killed, got hurt for the year, and then same thing. And then he comes back, looks great. I mean, his is different. Like Joe Burrow, I don't think Bryce Young's going to lead them to the Super Bowl next year kind of thing. Like Joe Burrow is probably an anomaly. But what I'm saying is sophomore season, that's when we need to see that jump. I think the rookie season should be kind of a wash.
Burrow's well, let's consider maybe what happened in Burrow's first year. The first thing I would say is that his offensive line that he had in Cincinnati, even when he played well in 21, the second year, it was atrocious. It was by far worse than Carolina.
But it got improved from the first year. The first year he played 10
I don't even know if I'd say that.
Yes, how can you not say that? Also, we're not looking at PFF grades right now, so it's easy for us to say, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. So,
I learned very quickly today PFF grades don't matter. That will get a lot of people to stop watching videos if you mention PFF grades.
If you didn't play a snap, Dylan, no credibility. That's how it works around here.
Football. I don't know ball. But
because every person in the media they listen to played.
And guess what? Joe Burrow played 10 games his rookie season, then got hurt. Yep. 2-7-1.
Well, let's also keep in mind it was a COVID year, so if we want to start adding that factor into it, then
COVID's still around.
Still thing.
Are you denying COVID right now?
No.
Okay,
no.
That's all we got.
I never said that. I just said COVID. I mean, 2020 COVID. You're blaming a guy for going out and sacrificing his life and playing a game when there was a global pandemic going on. It sounds like you might be the one that sounded a little selfish here.
Bryce Young did it at Alabama, and he wasn't even getting paid at the time.
Well, they had a shortened season, so it was easier for those guys. They had they played 6 games.
Yeah, he wasn't getting paid at all.
I guess Joe Burrow and Bryce Young probably played the same amount of games that season. Because Joe Burrow only played 10 games, but
he got injured. Yeah.
Anyhow,
we got distracted.
Texans Bengals. I didn't even mean to go there. That's great. Bengals -7. Let's talk about the Texans side, kind of on the Dylan tweet and stuff. How much of this credit we're all like CJ Stroud playing amazing. This is unbelievable. I don't feel like D'Amico Ryans is getting enough credit.
I mean, that play calling looks a hell of a lot better than it does in Carolina. I know they have better weapons around him, and CJ Stroud has more of an arm on him right now. But
can we go back? Can we go back?
Yes.
Dylan, you want to know how dysfunctional this organization is?
Oh, here we go.
The Panthers? Are you talking about the Panthers?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Keep pounding.
And then keep pounding. So keep pounding. Wise up. The Panthers. Mm-hmm. D'Amico Ryans and Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator, denied even interviewing for the job with the Panthers. That's how dysfunctional this organization is. Nobody wants to come here. We had to get breadcrumbs.
Do you think maybe no one wants to go there because they know who they were going to draft or who they had at quarterback?
No, I think it's the
Bryce
owner.
Young's coming in. He's going to be an absolute bust. I don't want my legacy to rest on the back of this guy that can't see over his line. Keep making excuses, and then when can we say, Dylan, you were right?
We're just presenting facts. We're just presenting facts.
After next season.
Next season?
The rookie seasons are a wash.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So Stroud's is then too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Right, there we go. Now we're cooking. Is this a potential letdown spot for the Bengals? Big game on Sunday night, beat the Bills. I guess you could say the same for the Texans because they had that huge win over the Buccaneers. Crazy game, last second win by 2. Connor, I'll let you start here.
I don't think it's a potential letdown spot. I think it's the complete opposite. I think the Bengals are finding their footing. I think the Texans are coming off that crazy last second win. They're going to be riding high. You know, you saw D'Amico Ryans was really happy. Stroud had a great game. They won without their kicker. I think it's going to be more of a, not a letdown spot, but a kind of a slap in the face for Houston. I think this Bengals team is clicking. And as long as it's under a touchdown, it's 6.5 some places. I like the Bengals in this one. I think it's going to be a real wake-up call for the Texans. It's kind of like, oh, we're not on the same level as this Bengals team right now when they're rolling like this, even with or without Jamar Chase.
Dylan.
Yeah. I'm really high on this Bengals team. I think that they are Super Bowl contenders. You add in some things to the equation that we found out this week. Jamar Chase, his back might not be completely healthy. T. Higgins is not a full participant in practice yet. So we don't know what Bengals team we're going to get. I will say the defense has stepped up big time. I've been at it with the Texans fans today. Got called a lot of names. I have they're now public enemy number 1, by the way. So Bryce Young will be getting some slack. Stroud and the Texans are public enemy number 1. With that being said, I love the Texans. I love the Texans here with the 7. And it sounds silly. I think you guys have fine points about being a letdown for the Texans after a close game. But the Texans are getting Stingley back, regardless of what I said about CJ Stroud. And I said this in the video. What he did last week was good. And it is good. It's good. It's good. And it's it shows you what his ceiling can be. I don't think the Bengals defense is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. I think the Bengals defense is much better. But I like the Texans to get it done. I don't think they win, but I don't think that the Bengals blow them out of the water, especially if they're missing Chase and Higgins.
Yeah, the wide receiver stuff scares me. It's a stay away from me picking side. If I had to pick, I would lean the Bengals home game also. And the other thing is, you mentioned it before we started recording, Dylan, the 48.5 or 47.5, the total. You can't take an over in Ohio in November.
And it's been warm, but it's supposed to get cool down again. It's very, very odd. That seems way too high. Like when you said 48.5 and now it's 47, it's even 47 sounded way too high for this total.
Last thing I had on this one, if you're making a Super Bowl bet right now, Super Bowl pick, where does the Bengals rank on your list? Are you most confident in the Bengals right now? If you were like, you know what, this team's rolling, or are they kind of peaking a little too early now?
Are you asking for is there a payout involved or just straight up who would win? Straight up, I think I would have to go Cowboys.
Whoa.
Chiefs.
I don't know about the Chiefs.
Two.
I agree with the Chiefs, though.
You don't agree with Cowboys?
I think the Cowboys have a good chance. You're talking about peaking too early, though. I think the Niners are peaking at the worst time right now if we're talking about peaking too early.
No. They're on the down part of the roller coaster. They're on the down part of the Intimidator. They're about to go up on these sick loops. Or I guess
Intimidator.
Loops, but
that's a heck of a roller coaster.
I think this deserves to be mentioned if we're talking about the Bengals. Short week this week. They play the Ravens on Thursday after this week. So Chase Higgins, if there's any doubt that they'll play, they probably won't play him.
That's also one heck of a scheduling disadvantage, being sandwiched in between Sunday night football and Thursday night football, and Thursday night football being a divisional game.
Well, the Bengals are playing at 1 p.m. Sunday.
Yeah, but still, you said they're playing Thursday night football next week?
Yeah, against the Ravens, yeah.
I think this is a sandwich game coming up. I think I would downgrade the Bengals.
Yeah, this week. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm still in the Bengals. You guys threw some shade at me a couple shows ago for being too agreeable. Hell no.
He stood up.
Joe Burrow's back. Joe Burrow's back. They can put out Tyler Boyd 3 touchdowns. I'm on the Bengals this week. Give them to me.
Let's move on. Let's go to Florida. 49ers, Jaguars. 49ers -3. Over under 45.5. I'll talk about the 49ers side real quick on this one. This has to be an absolute must win, right? The 49ers cannot blow this game. They've lost 3 in a row. They're coming off a bye week. You're in Jacksonville. You got to win this game. Connor, I'll let you start.
I think you're spot on with the got to win, because if they drop this game to the Jags, first conversation is, it's time to get off Brock Purdy. It's time to bench Brock Purdy. What's Sam Darnold got for us? Because if he goes out there and lays another egg, what do you do at that point? Because if they lose this game, they'll be 5-4. And this is the same Niners team that we were wondering could go undefeated 4 weeks ago. And now they've taken a complete turn for the worst. Maybe they're about to hit another peak, like you said, on the Intimidator, back up 300 feet. This has a chance to get really, really weird if they lose this game, because Sam Darnold, all the comments we've been getting about these guys don't know ball, they're in their mom's basement. It's going to be really weird if Purdy lays another egg. So I think this is a must win. And with that being said, I like the Jags +3. I think this is going to be a 1-point game, grinded out, last second field goal.
Dylan.
Yeah, I agree with you, Connor. The Jags have kind of just coasted their way through the season this year. I think they had their bye last week. They have, I don't know if they've had a primetime game yet. I know they have had London twice.
Saints Jags Thursday night when Foster Moreau dropped the touchdown to win the game.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I was working the pumpkin show. I didn't get to watch that game. You're so right. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, I think the Jags are a very good team. The 49ers have some. This is the time to buy the 49ers stock if you're interested in it. And I don't know if this is really the end of the road for Purdy if they lose. Like this is a game you're a field goal favorite, so it's not like you're a huge favorite. You can lose this game and at being away, and it's okay. So I don't know. I like the Jags. I took them +3. Debo, I think, is going to play full limited participant or maybe full participant in practice. So I love the Jags here. If I'm a 49ers fan and we drop this game, I wouldn't worry too much, but you got to pick it up soon.
Would you?
No,
I wouldn't. This team is too talented to lose 4 in a row and coming off a bye. You can't lose 4 in a row.
But they haven't been completely healthy. I mean, Debo's been out that stretch. It wasn't McCaffrey kind of banged up for a game or two there.
Yeah, he was questionable for a couple of games.
It's not a fully healthy 49ers team. And let's be honest, Karter, between you and me, in this league, you don't have to win all the games. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I will say.
And the way the Eagles look, I'm sorry, real quick, the way the Eagles look, the number 1 seed is very much in the grasp of the 49ers, even with 4 losses. The Eagles have won some games they have no business winning. And their record, I do not think reflects how good that team is. So the 49ers number 1 seed talk is still there.
The Eagles Niners on December 3rd is going to decide the 1 seed.
I think it's a fair point to bring up buying the Niners stock now, because even if Brock Purdy does lay a goose egg, I still don't think they go away from him, even though people will be saying that. And I think once they get healthy again, they're going to start rolling through this back half of the schedule. I will say December's tough for them. Brutal start to December. Bengals, Browns, Ravens. But after this week, they've got the Titans, who are, not great.
I don't be careful. Will Levis, now the starter. Shout out Vrabel for finally giving the guy some credit.
I can't wait for that game, because if Levis outplays Purdy, the clips are going to be just streaming down the page. Yeah,
we need
and I hope for you.
Go
ahead. You go. No, you go.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. All right.
You go.
Yeah.
Chili's. Stroud.
Bryce Young is going to win the Super Bowl next year.
You guys better hope. Stallions. You guys better hope that Bryce Young is still the starting quarterback come Thanksgiving weekend.
I don't think there's a world he could get benched.
Unless he gets hurt. The only way is he gets hurt.
If it's your guys' fault that we don't get Levis Young, you're doing a disservice to the CarterCast listeners.
Counterpoint. What if Levis goes on the down part of the Intimidator and he gets benched for Malik Willis?
That I truly don't think that'll happen. He'll get benched for Tannehill before Willis.
But, okay, let's say he gets benched though.
That's kind of the course you run, but I don't think that happens. I think they're preparing for the future. That's why Vrabel came out today and said he's the starter. There is no Tannehill starts if he's healthy. Tannehill's still not healthy. It is Levis is the starter. That's it.
Well, if Levis got benched, then maybe Dylan would say Stroud's the best rookie quarterback. Maybe, unless Jaron Hall comes back.
You still got to consider Jaron. It'd be a little too early to call.
Hey, Jaron Hall looked good in that first quarter against the Falcons.
I didn't get to watch.
We might see some Stetson over a Carson Wentz. Who knows?
All right, let's talk about the Jag side super quick. If they beat the 49ers, do they need to be talked about as Super Bowl contenders?
No, I'll keep it short and sweet. No, because they will be 7-2, and it would have been an impressive run they've been on ever since they dropped that dud to the Chiefs. even though they're 7-2, Karter, they're not a legitimate team to win the Super Bowl. If you sit down, look yourself in the mirror, and think about who you picture, even in the conference championship, you don't picture the Jaguars. You just don't. Not in a loaded conference like this. No matter what their record says, they might win a wild card game if it comes to that, but I don't see them winning 2 playoff games. It's just a gut thing for me. I don't see it. Do you disagree?
They have to be considered Super Bowl contenders if they win this game.
They can be considered all they want to.
Honesty time. This is a big day for the Dylan doesn't know ball guys. I haven't watched enough of the Jags to know. Like I just haven't. I don't know many of their stats. I cannot confidently say if they are or not.
They're flying under the radar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bad answer.
But you know what? Stroud is bad. So,
is it sad I don't have a pick in this game either?
I'm not going to take anything.
I thought Connor, I thought you were on the Jags.
I like the Jags. I'm too scared to do it.
Oh, I'm on the Jags.
Scared to do it.
So,
you're on the Jags.
Okay.
I'm on the Jags. +3. I got them +3.
I like the Niners as of now. We'll see how I feel Sunday morning.
It's convenient.
Yeah. What's convenient? What's convenient, Dylan?
All of a sudden, I say the Jags, and you're like, "Oh, I don't have anything," and then I say I have the Jags. Like,
I said I
like the Niners now. Like you're fading me.
I've known you've liked the Jags.
This is the opposite. This is the opposite of me, Dylan.
Surprised when I said that I took them.
I've been accused of being agreeable, and Karter, meanwhile, just hears what you say and then fades you. So it's just the complete opposite.
Well, we all know Carter's anti-Dylan. That goes back years.
I know.
Years,
I know Dylan's anti-Karter.
Deep rooted.
Yeah.
Where's your proof?
I don't know.
Where's your primary source?
Yeah, cite him. Cite him, baby.
We'll get stats department on it.
Okay.
APA cited. APA cited. Lions Chargers. This is going to be the funnest game of the day. Lions -1.5. Over under 48.5. The first thing you look at. Get out of here.
Is it going to be the funnest game?
Yeah.
The Chargers looked awful against the Jets. They looked awful.
But
this is
a perfect game where they scored 40 points, though. This is the one.
ER over.
No.
And it's square. It's square. Over's the play here. Over 48.5 in the Chargers Lions. The line seems too easy, though, because why on earth am I not hammering the Lions -1.5? Am I falling into a trap? Am I just walking into the easiest trap on earth by wanting to take the Lions -1.5?
Before the Jets game, or before actually the Sunday games, the Lions were underdogs. They were +1.5 to this Chargers team before this week. So I took them as soon as I saw it when the line came out. I don't see how the Chargers compete in this game. David Montgomery's back. St. Brown's healthier now. But then, like you said, Karter, you're like, man, this seems too easy. That's when you take the other side.
Dylan.
I don't know what to do here.
You guys know how I feel about this Chargers team. And I don't want to talk. I know we didn't do a recap show. I don't want to talk about previous games too much. But the Jets-Chargers is probably one of the – you look at the box score, and it's probably one of the most misleading box scores from last week. Or not box score, but the final score. It's probably the most 100%. Misleading final score. The Chargers benefited. They got 14 points off of 2 of the 3 fumbles, and then they had the punt return touchdown. You guys know I'm not big on the Chargers. And I don't know about the Lions. I think they're better than the Chargers. I don't have a bet. I know you guys are saying over. I don't think Aiden Hutchinson gives Herbert time to throw the ball in this game. Like, I think that he's going to be breathing down his neck. Herbert's still playing it cautious with his broken left-handed middle finger. I don't know. I'm hoping the Lions win because I want to see Chargers fans go down in flames, but I have no play.
Karter, let's have some fun.
You want to take the Chargers? What you want to have fun? What's up?
Let's just take the over.
Yeah, no, it's an overs game.
Okay.
It's the classic. Dylan hates this rule, but it's the classic. You have a pizza and you cheer for points.
Mm-hmm. You're like, wow, this game seems really fun.
Points,
like I did with LSU Bama last week, and it worked out.
Points, Dylan. Points.
I don't want to be a bad influence, but FanDuel currently has the Lions to be the highest scoring team on Sunday, 9-1.
Who's the favorite for that?
Yeah, who's
Cowboys.
the favorite?
Oh, they play the Giants. They play the Giants.
I don't think that happens. I don't think they get it. I think the Cowboys let off the gas in the second half.
You have Cowboys 7-1, Bengals 8-1, Lions 9-1.
I kind of like the Lions.
Yeah, I think the Lions are the play.
Let's go. I'll give you another one. The highest scoring game, Lions versus Chargers, 9-2, so plus 450.
There's another game that's a high total, right?
Texans Bengals is the second favorite, 6-1.
Nah, I still think I kind of like that.
I do too. That's a good bet.
Being a bad
Think about it.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
Don't peer pressure me. No,
I'm gonna chase my LaMelo Ball props with that play this weekend.
Oh.
Do we, Dylan? We'll kind of transition here, talking about some different NFL stuff. But with the Lions, do you think the Vikings can sneak into that top of the NFC North and snag that division? Currently, the standings are: Lions are 6-2, Vikings are 5-4. Josh Dobbs looks like he's probably going to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season, unless they let Jaron Hall get the spot back. I don't think that's going to happen. But do you think the Vikings can take the division from the Lions?
100%. And I don't think I would have felt this way a couple weeks ago. Like when Kirk goes down, I don't know if I would say this, but Dobbs coming in Sunday and leading that drive down the field and coming into a system he had no clue about, being able to handle it and lead. I mean, he led that team to a victory. That's almost all on Dobbs. I think that it's very much in play. They still have their bye week. They can take an extra week and get things right. I really do think that's possible. And I also think that the Lions are a good team. I don't think that they are this. They have their flaws. The defense still is not 100%. They get great pressure, but their coverage isn't great. I think that the Vikings can do it, and it makes it better that the Packers and the Bears have almost self-eliminated themselves. Like, I don't think that they're a part of this conversation anymore. So I'm big on Dobbs. I think the Vikings can do it. O'Connell, sneaky. O'Connell has proven himself as a good head coach. If you're looking at midseason futures, I don't know what the price is. I could find it after I'm done talking. O'Connell to win Coach of the Year might not be a bad bet if you think the Vikings are going to make the playoffs or something.
Let me read you a schedule real quick. Vikings,
I was about to do that.
Yes.
Vikings next 4 games: home Saints, at Broncos, home Bears, Monday Night Football, at bye week, and then at Raiders.
Okay, but let me rebuttal here, Karter. I don't think the Lions are going to let them catch them, because look at the Lions schedule. Chargers, okay. Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings. That is an awful schedule.
Run the table.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The only loss.
That's tough.
You can clip this. The Lions rest of the year, the only loss might be the Cowboys. Second to last week of the season. That might be the only other loss they have this year, because the schedule was that bad.
I bet the Saints get him. I bet that defense. I bet the Saints get him.
Maybe, but to have the Bears twice, the Broncos, the Vikings twice, oh man. I mean, that's just a cakewalk. It is.
Isn't it weird? We'll talk about this in a couple weeks when Thanksgiving's rolling around, but isn't it weird that the Lions Thanksgiving game is like you're like excited to see the Lions play for once?
Yeah, usually it's like, oh, why is this a tradition? But yeah, like, this year.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome.
Can I divert the conversation for a second?
Yeah,
of course, we welcome that.
So I was at the in-laws' house, and the Cowboys and the Eagles was on. We had a big dinner. Mother-in-law made a very good dinner, almost Chili's? Thanksgiving style. Like Chili's. No Chili's. It was what did she make? She made like some meatloaf, which I don't like meatloaf, but it was amazing. Mac and cheese, salad, rolls, and all that. And the Cowboys were on the TV. I was eating this meal, and I was like, it almost feels like an early Thanksgiving. Like a Thanksgiving 2.0. Do you guys ever get that feeling? Like you're eating a meal and you see like Cowboys or Lions are on TV and it's like, wow, it's like a pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's always the Lions, because I'm an early Thanksgiving eater, so the Lions game is always on.
Mm-hmm. Or the NBA version of that is like whenever I've been at my grandparents' house on a Sunday before, and there happens to be like Celtics 76ers on at like 1 p.m. on a Sunday, and that also feels like Christmas to me, because we have like a huge meal, we cook, and then it's like a noon NBA tip off on a Sunday.
Dylan, let's talk Thanksgiving real quick.
Oh, I love Thanksgiving. One of the most slept on holidays. You go from you go Black Friday, you go Michigan, Ohio State,
Cyber Monday,
the huge college basketball slate, all the college basketball tournaments,
Feast Week,
NBA,
maybe
NFL.
I don't even know.
Oh, get out of here with that.
Do they even play?
Let's save Thanksgiving talk for the Thanksgiving episode. How about that?
You got me excited. You got me excited for Thanksgiving. Give me a little tease.
Okay, a little tease. What time should Thanksgiving dinner start?
I mean, Thanksgiving dinner should start at like 5, but we do Thanksgiving lunch. Like that's what we call it, Thanksgiving lunch normally, and we start at noon.
Yeah, I'm a noon.
I'm a big noon guy. The marriage thing though, again, getting off topic. You have both. So like normally we go to my family's for lunch, then we go to her family's for dinner. It's switched this year, but you're getting you always fill up at one more than the other.
I was about to take it in that direction because last few years, as I've been dating my girlfriend, it's because my grandparents love to do it at like 12:1. We're an early, like noon, 12:30 kind of family. And my girlfriend's family, they're like a 4 p.m., 5 p.m. kind of Thanksgiving dinner. And so like last year, I overestimate myself. I'm like, you know what? I'll eat as much as I want to at my grandparents' house, and I'll be fine in the next 4 hours when we get to your house. And then it's like, okay. And then I get over there and I'm stuffed. And then I force another plate down anyways because number one, the food's good. And number two, you have to. Oh, I'm getting double dose.
We'll do a Thanksgiving draft.
Oh, that just got me excited. That just got me excited, guys.
I love Thanksgiving sneaky one, like just the football's on, the food, and then you're just munching on the food the rest of the day. The fellowship, you're thankful, everybody. You're thankful for you around for the most part.
I have to keep going on this.
I love it. I love Thanksgiving talk.
What's the most overrated Thanksgiving food?
Cranberry. I hate it.
Stuffing.
No, really? Guys. Load that thing with some gravy. Load that thing with some gravy, guys. Come on.
Stuffing is the most overrated Thanksgiving food.
Has to be. Now, I have a question. Oh, we lost Connor. He got so mad.
No, he's there.
There we go. We got him. What kind of gravy? Because I'm a big white gravy guy. I like the. I like the.
Thanksgiving's a brown gravy time.
I'm fine with white gravy, but yeah, Thanksgiving is brown gravy. That's
it's biscuits and gravy's white. Thanksgiving
sausage in it.
Sausage gravy, yeah. This has turned into like fat guy segment. Not even fat guy minute, fat guy segment.
I'm about to run by McDonald's after this. Let's do NFL topics real quick.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not a Call of Duty guy. Noted not Call of Duty guy. Terrible at first person shooters. I'm so Connor.
I am too, but like playing with your boys, even when you're bad.
Dylan, you can ask Connor. It's bad. It's literally like watching a kid get struck out in kickball.
Karter, I've played Call of Duty with my friends, and they've kicked me off of the team to pick up a random person, and I would just stay in the Xbox party to talk to him. Like that's
brutal.
That's a low. That's why you switch to FIFA and you just play FIFA.
Well, that's so. If we're getting real honest, the very first Cars video game when I had the Xbox 360, I would free drive in that like it's Grand Theft Auto 5 while my buddies played Call of Duty. And I would just drive around. You'd see flow. What I would do is I would run into the cars. So like you'd go full speed, 140 miles per hour. You meet with a car head on, and nothing happened. Like it was a kid's game, so nothing happened. But the car would make some stupid saying, like it would say "ouch" or whatever.
No Doc Hudson incident. The Hudson Hornet, wrecking out. None of that.
Nothing that bad. But you could run into Doc. You could run into Doc because he was an NPC. So. Yeah, there's tons. I'd play Skyrim while my buddies played Call of Duty. I'd play The Witcher 3. I would play, FIFA 15 got some heavy rotation.
FIFA 15 put unreal amount of hours that we could spend days on that. Spend days on FIFA 15.
Unreal money stolen.
I never spent real money on it. I will say.
Statute of limitations, Connor. Statute of limitations.
We got what? 2 years? 2 years till it's out.
Yeah, we got to wait 10 years. We got to wait till the 10-year mark. Anyhow,
that's awesome.
So Call of Duty's coming out this weekend, correct?
Yes, Modern Warfare 3 remake.
Okay, I couldn't find stats on this, but Call of Duty's back, Modern Warfare remake, Kyler Murray returning the same weekend. Atlanta plays the Falcons, or the Falcons play the Cardinals. The line's only -1. The other question I had is it double XP weekend, opening weekend?
It always is.
Okay. Yeah, it normally is. That's when you
I think it always is.
How do you get that? Yeah, so it's double XP weekend, Modern Warfare remake coming out, Kyler Murray returning. The line's only -1 Atlanta. Why are we not hammering the Atlanta Falcons?
I think that's a fair question because our Taylor Heineke stock's kind of low right now. This might be the game where it goes up. Kyler Murray comes in, first game of the year. Coaches are like, we really need you to get in the film room and prep for this game. It's your first game back. We want you to have a good showing, or else we might move on from you or some crazy something like that. Sneaky. Maybe he's got the film on one screen and he's got Call of Duty on the other screen. Maybe he's glancing over at a few plays like in between lobbies or, something like that. I don't know if his full attention is going to be on that. COD's going to be in there somewhere, guys.
Can I break some news real quick?
This better not be Mark Davis was having discussions with. Remember,
he got volatile. He got volatile with McDaniels. No, Report. This is JPA football. Travis Kelce is planning to travel to Argentina during the Chiefs' bye week to be at Taylor Swift's Eras Tour via New York Post. Kelce will return to the United States on Sunday in order to be back in time for practices for Week 11.
Trust Tree, do you have notifications on for anything Kelce Swift related?
No, not Kelce Swift related. No, I have. I mean, I got notifications on for accounts.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
fair.
not like if it says Swift or whatever.
So what did you want to bring up about that?
Well, we're fade the Chiefs, right? Whenever they come back, I don't know. I think they play the Raiders on primetime. Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, I think. Maybe.
What's the protocol? I know we fade him when she's not there, but what's the protocol when he's just been with her for a long time in another country? Maybe he's all happy and comes back and just plays out of his mind. What's the protocol there?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Kelce 2 touchdowns might be it. This has become a weekly segment. Karter, don't clip this off. We're going to get Hayes in the comments again.
Yeah, I'll be. So when I live streamed this from the CarterCast Twitter, I was in the chat just in case anybody wanted to chat. No one wanted to chat. I think you have to be premium to do that. But the Taylor Swift minute did drag on for like 15 minutes, and I had to be in the chat, and there were live viewers. I was like, guys, I promise this ends in like 2 minutes. Just hang on for 2 more minutes.
No Taylor Swift minute this week. How about that? It's a Chiefs bye week. We can't do it. We'll do it next week.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Sorry to all the wives listening out there. That's like their favorite part. And then just like, seriously, you're not going to do it this week?
They're probably happy after what we usually say.
No, I know.
Jason Kelce, sexiest man? What?
Hey, everybody's beautiful, Dylan. Come on.
Josh Dobbs.
Sure, but
Josh Dobbs, sexiest man.
Let's go with that. I can get behind the fact that they're making like a scraggly bearded fat guy sexiest man. I can get behind that.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm
behind it too. All
right, there we go. A little consensus. Connor?
All right, let's roll through. Let's roll through the NFL real quick. Are the Bills going to make the playoffs? Right now, I think it's minus 120. They do. Plus 100. They don't. Their next 6 games are Broncos Monday Night Football, Jets at Philly, at Chiefs, Cowboys at Chargers.
I'm going to say sneaky no. I'm going to say no. They've looked discombobulated. Josh Allen's looked out of sorts, throwing a pick every week. Not trustworthy decision maker right now. If you put a gun to my head and said, are the Bills making the playoffs in this AFC conference? I would say no. I would say no right now.
So here's the problem I have with saying no to the Bills. Is all I've heard this week is that the Dolphins, they can't beat good teams. They only beat the bad teams. If you truly believe that, then you kind of have to bet the Bills to make the playoffs here because you would be banking on the Dolphins to fall back. The Jets really aren't going to give you any pressure unless Rodgers comes back and is exactly like he was before his injury. And the Pats are not even in the debate right now. So I would say yes. I would say that the Bills have a chance.
They have a chance. They definitely have a chance, but I don't think it's a surefire
Okay, they'll
thing.
make the playoffs. You want definitive statements?
No. Where's the headline? Where's the headline? Yeah.
No,
I'll give you the clip.
I'm saying they're making the playoffs.
I think they do. I really do.
I'm shocked at these odds.
Minus 120 seems very short.
It does, because compared to the other teams in the AFC, and see who you like more. They're going to beat out the Chargers, right, Dylan?
Yes.
Okay, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty.
Three teams in the NFC North are going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. I think 3 of those teams are making it. Whether or not the Steelers zombie walk in there is one thing, but I think 3 of those teams make it.
But the other thing is the Bills have that win over the Dolphins. If they beat the Dolphins one more time, then they have that tiebreaker as long as they close out their other game against the Jets in the division. They have all the tiebreakers in the division. They're only 1 win behind the Dolphins. They could easily win the AFC North. I think it's a sneaky, or not AFC North, AFC East. I think it's a sneaky bet the Bills to win the AFC East.
I don't hate that.
I'm not in love with the Dolphins, so.
That's the problem. I'm kind of in love with the Dolphins. I kind of love this Dolphins team.
Why? Are they a good stats team?
I don't know. I think it's the coach. I think it's McDaniel. And the fact that they're so fun to watch.
You are a McDaniel guy.
Oh.
That fits.
You want to talk about boys that are repping for the others with the tism. I mean, he is repping for us. He is repping for
All right. Have you been talking to Chris Broussard lately, Dylan? Be honest here.
No, that's not bad. That can't be bad to say.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah,
we'll leave it.
I mean, he's repping for this, and he's definitely got it. Everybody's got a little bit of it. It's just how it is nowadays.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't know what you could attribute.
Up,
what would you attribute that to? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that.
Yeah, I'm not answering that. If everybody likes a good YouTube trail. If you have ever been up at 8 p.m. watching YouTube videos and you look at the clock and all of a sudden
8 p.m. watching YouTube videos, more like 1 a.m. 1 a.m. with Taco Bell and you have a stained shirt on.
Well, how about you let me finish, Karter? Hey, you start watching it.
Hey, Dylan, be honest with me.
Okay.
Have you ever been up at 1 a.m.?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you ask that?
When was the last time? You seem like you go to bed early. What was the last time you've been up at 1 a.m.?
Well, I mean, since I got married, that's changed a lot. But I would say the last
whenever
time
he's getting spammed with Twitter mentions and his phone's going off at 1 a.m. and he's reading all the hate comments.
I would say on the weekends, Saturday night, Friday night, we usually stay up pretty late. But there was a time in my life where I was working at Chipotle and going to school at the same time. I was strictly the late shift. I was closing shift. So I would work from 3 until probably 11:30. I would just stay up until 2 or 3 and then go to bed and wake up at 11. So, I've burned
right.
midnight oil before. You think that I get all these stats and I do all these shows and I don't stay up till 1? You're crazy. You're crazy. We're cutting content all the time.
I had to make sure. Real quick. This is quick fire. No, you can explain it if you want. I don't give a crap. Quick fire. Rank these quarterbacks: Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. Connor, go.
Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. That's my ranking. And it pains me to say that. I will not put Zach Wilson 1.
Fields, Jones, Wilson.
You have Fields at the top. Okay.
Yeah, I put Fields. You're asking me to pick my poison here. I feel like it's 2016 all over again.
Wilson, Fields, Jones.
Oh, so we're completely different. Wow, I
Jones
like that.
Jones is not the worst out of that group.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
Yes, he is. 100%.
I think he's forgotten how to play football.
Zach Wilson has a generational defense, and he can't win games.
But at least with Zach Wilson,
he also has a generationally terrible offensive line that can't stay healthy. But also, we're kind of ranking which trash cans are the best. We're like, we love the hefty bags. We love the.
Yeah. Do you feel confident?
Great value bag.
Do you feel confident in these guys get you 3 wins in an NFL season? No, you don't. So there's the answer to that.
Yeah, 100%. Last thing in the NFL, Panthers Bears. I just want to say it's the funniest thing on earth. I mean,
okay.
It is the most Amazon Basics game. It's just the most. It's Amazon Basics branded game. Panthers Bears.
As soon as I saw this on the schedule, I think this is the game that might kill Al Michaels. I think this is the game where he's done by the second quarter, and Herb Street's trying to make something out of nothing here. And another thing on Thursday Night Football, it's it's the lone game, it's prime time. You're looking at props, you're looking at nice parlays, alternate lines. You're trying to cook something up in the lab. We've all been there. This game has got me looking at Miles Sanders 20+ rushing yards at even money. That's how far down the well I've fallen. I'm looking at all these props. I'm like, how does that not hit? Frank Reich said he's going to get 50% of the snap share. So it's bad. I just need to have my phone taken from me all day tomorrow because I'm going to make some decisions I regret, honestly.
Yeah, DJ Moore revenge game. Dylan, anything on the Bears Panthers?
I told myself I would never bet on the Panthers again.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, baby. I like the Panthers here. Bears, we're getting Badgen again, or however you say his name. The guy's bad. He had his little honeymoon moment against the Raiders that game. He looked decent. He had the rushing touchdown against the Vikings, but now, it's all over. It's all over now.
Did you know his dad was an arm wrestling champion? Because I had no idea.
Yeah.
The Panthers elevated 7 dudes off the practice squad that are probably playing in this game.
They have 3 defensive ends.
I think you can get this game to end in a tie 40-1. I will probably put a $5 bet on that. This is going to be a tie game.
Hayden Hurst, anytime touchdown.
I think I'm sprinkling both defenses anytime touchdown.
Let's. Do you guys want to take a break or just roll right into college football?
I'll just roll right into it.
Yeah, content does not stop.
I had a guy just now tweet out. What?
Go ahead.
No, I had a guy just now tweet out the property value of my house.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's absurd.
I got to take the city out of my bio.
Yeah, we got a lockdown. Uh-oh. Dylan, we might need to get you out of the comments.
We're good.
Yeah, you need to be put on probationary period.
Nothing's going to happen. But people were saying mom's basement. I said, whatever. I wish I was in my mom's basement. Get me out of this mortgage payment. Dude was like, he's not paying that much in Circleville, Ohio. Another guy commented $280,000.
Man, those Texans fans are committed. I had no idea.
They're wild, man.
Yeah, Texans fans. I
had no
every
clue.
NFL fan base. Every NFL fan bases are psychos.
But you don't see Panthers fan bases attacking people like that. We're respectable.
Yes, you do.
You want me to get them? You want me to get them riled up?
They'll come out. I don't know. The Panthers fans are like really sad right now. They're just like sad puppies right now. So I wouldn't even bother. It's just like it's just a street cat that's just like. Meh.
Now maybe if Young has a good game Thursday, they get their hopes up a little bit, and then I just shoot him in the foot.
Even then, it's a really depressing time right now. I don't think it'd matter. You could punch one of us in the face, and we're just like, yeah, that's how it is.
I'll lay off.
Anyhow, real quick, NFL parlay. Anybody picks? Dylan, give us a pick.
Texans
+7. Connor.
Yeah.
This depends, Carter. Are you going with the one we discussed?
No.
Okay, then I am. Give me the Lions Chargers over.
Yeah, this parlay is not hitting because you guys are gonna hate this pick.
Oh boy.
Actually, screw. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Atlanta money line.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Texans +7. Falcons money line. Lions Chargers over 48.5. That's the NFL parlay this week. Anytime touchdown. Connor, you said you had your pick.
I sure do. I'm going back to the same game, same well. Amon-Ra St. Brown only has, I think, 3 scores this year. He's +135 right now, anytime touchdown. So give me Amon-Ra St. Brown to score against this Chargers defense.
Dylan, I'm very curious to see where you go here.
Oh, no.
We'll go Nico Collins. Michigan man.
Let's keep this train rolling. Let's go. I'll stay in the same game. You're going Nico Collins. I'll go Kyle Pitts.
Oh, God.
Kyle Pitts. Wowza.
We're going Kyle Pitts.
Might as well just pick Taylor Heineke and Bryce Young again. Screw it.
That was fun. Though. We had a good time.
That was something.
All right.
It was a bet.
Yeah, it was a bet. The NFL Anytime Touchdown parlay this week. Nico Collins, Kyle Pitts, St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Don't bet it, please. Anyhow, college football. Let's move on. Michigan versus Penn State. Michigan -5. Over under 45.5. Dylan, take us away.
I don't feel great about this. I'll be honest. So the line opened up at 7. We're down to what 4, 4.5, 5 now. It's not looking great. I don't. You kind of know what you're getting with both of these teams. 2 great defenses. I think you could say that Penn State's offense isn't that great. Drew Aller didn't end up being the quarterback that we thought he was going to be, or people thought he was going to be. I never thought he was going to be that good. It is important to remember Drew Aller got to play against this defense last year. Drew Aller came in at the end of the game. So this isn't it's not uncharted territory for him. I'm not going to bet on the game because I will be too emotionally invested. I just hope Michigan can win. And if we do win pretty handedly, I'm sure another allegation will come out trying to keep us down. And we'll power through just like we always do.
Can I pledge?
Pledge whatever you want.
I'm a Michigan man. The only national title future I have this year, Michigan to win the national title, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop Saturday. They're going to steamroll Penn State. Give me Michigan -5. I'm all in on Michigan, and I know that makes you feel worse. Because you're anti-Karter. Give me Michigan -5. I think they have a massive chip on their shoulder. Harbaugh's going to have these guys ready. I think they come out, and I think they steamroll Penn State. The 2 concerns I have in this game for Michigan. 1, at Penn State, but very positive daytime game. I think it's a noon kickoff, right?
Yeah.
That's a positive. 2, Penn State is kind of playing with house money.
How do you figure?
I don't think they have a lot of pressure on them. Yes, if they lose this game, they can't go to the playoff kind of thing. But it's also, I don't think a lot of people are expecting them to win this game.
But, yeah. Are you saying that is in favor of Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. Michigan's got a lot more to lose.
With all that being said, I'm on Michigan -5.
Trust tree, Dylan. What's the lowest spread Michigan's had this year? Is it 17.5 against Nebraska? Is that the lowest spread?
I would think it has to be. Definitely. I don't think it's been single digits.
No,
Are we worried about a little Gonzaga? Gonzaga has an easy schedule, plays WCC basketball, and then the NCAA tournament, they play real Power 5 teams and get destroyed. Michigan cruises through their schedule. They don't have a single game that's less than a 14-point spread.
They don't have any tape on Penn State signs this year.
All of a sudden, they got to play a real team in Penn State. Are they going to get destroyed?
If you're saying at this point in the season that Michigan's had an easy schedule,
I cracked it.
Then you don't know ball. You don't know ball.
Oh,
they have had an easy schedule.
Yeah, that's a fact.
No, it's not. To date, they've had the 33rd toughest schedule. To date, games they've played already. So UNLV is now what? 6-3. They're going bowling. Bowling Green, a team that beat Georgia Tech. Didn't Georgia Tech beat what? Was it? Well, I can't remember off the top of my head.
A very good North Carolina team.
Well, they beat Virginia, who's even better than North Carolina.
So what I'm saying here is that you can say whatever you want. Sure, ECU's not good. We play who's on our schedule. The fact that we're favored by double digits every time we play a Big Ten team, we can't help that. We can't help that. All of a sudden, these are all easy games because we're favored by double digits. Maybe we're just good.
Well, I wonder if the line's accounting for this being the first ranked team they've played without a competitive advantage in their favor.
No competitive advantage? What are you talking about? Teams have been doing this for years. Rutgers and Ohio State colluded against us in the Big Ten championship game last year.
With that being said, Michigan -4.5.
Yep. I know. I love it. Dylan thinks we're so anti-Michigan, anti-Dylan. We're just trying to.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. No, it's okay.
What did I say before? Hey, what did I say before the season? Who was my national title pick? Michigan. Who did I bet on? Michigan. Who am I betting on this week? Michigan. I'm a Michigan man. Do I need to call out their schedule? Yes, because you need to analyze these things. But no, someone's a little blinded. Big Ten blinders. No,
it's not a blind. I mean, you can look online and you can see these things. Like that's the thing. Georgia's had an easier schedule than we have, and no one talks about that. No one wants to talk about that. But see, no,
Missouri's better than any Michigan team.
Yeah, I was about to say, Missouri. I think Missouri and Kentucky are better than any team Michigan's played.
Okay, now that's fair. Probably after this week, that's changed. But prior to this past week, Michigan's schedule was tougher than theirs. And we don't play any FCS teams. Ohio State goes out and plays Youngstown State.
ECU's.
Don't even start. They almost beat Tulane. Beat Tulane.
It sounds like Duke basketball, so I understand.
Dylan,
I'll let you guys duke that one out.
Dylan, we need to get you on Duke basketball. I need you to ride Duke basketball.
No, I hate
Karter, you don't. I can't. I'll get off the podcast if that happens. I won't come on this show.
They're so good. They're so good this year, Dylan. They're so good.
Cooper Flag,
Kyle Filipowski, Tyrese. Oh, they're so good this year, Jeremy Rich. Anyhow, Michigan -4.5. I think we did that game. Utah, Washington, games in Seattle. Washington -9.5. Over under 52.5. The first thing you see when you look at this line, you look at this game. A Washington total over at 52.5. You're like, whoa. Yes, Utah's offense is terrible, and Utah does have a good defense, but I still like the over. I think this Washington defense is so bad. I actually sneaky like Utah on the spread here. Playing at Washington is tough, but I'm not going to take. I don't want to back Utah against a really good Washington team. I think I'm going to ride the over here. Dylan, what do you think?
You say you don't want to ride Utah against this really good Washington team. This Washington team has a really good offense. I wouldn't say the team as a whole is a really good team. They just can score on everybody. And this is going to be
the over.
This is going to be, well, you said really good Washington team. This isn't a really good Washington team, I don't think. But this team has yet to see a defense like Utah's. Oregon's is probably the closest, I would say. Would we agree there?
They played Michigan State.
No.
Big Ten.
Oh my gosh, no. Oh,
we're not talking about like defense in court. We're talking about defense on the field.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Good, nicely put, Connor. We want to talk about scandals, and somehow we're worrying about Michigan. That's just why I'll drop it there. But they haven't played a legit defense, and I understand that we're dealing with a Utah offense that hasn't been able to move the ball as efficiently as they probably could if they had Cam Rising. Mm-hmm. But this Washington defense is so bad, they might actually be able to put something together here. If Utah can get 20-plus points on the board, I think they might be able to win this game.
Whoa. I don't think the defense is that good.
Yeah.
I think it's that good. I think that Michael Penix turns the ball over more than any of the other Heisman candidates, and I think 2 or 3 turnovers, 2 or 3 interceptions is very much in the cards for Washington.
Dylan, would you say, or Karter, actually you too, I don't know why I said Dylan, would you say that Washington's defense is kind of comparable to USC's as far as like how much you believe in them?
I would think it's worse.
USC's is awful.
Well, this leads me to my point.
I would think Washington's worse.
Well, Utah, look at Utah's schedule. They've scored over 34 points in 3 of the last 4 games.
USC gave up 49 to Cal.
Right. Well, Utah scored
Cal's
34.
Not that bad though.
Utah scored 34 on USC and Cal, and just put up 55 on Arizona State, which is not crazy. But they've been scoring points, and if Washington's defense is as porous as you guys are saying, give me the over.
Yeah,
or Utah.
No,
I can't pick Utah.
Just go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over.
Do we need another clinic? Do we need to put on another clinic here? Do you need me to? Utah beats Washington. Mr. Pac-12.
I don't think that's crazy.
Get the article out.
Washington.
Get the article
out.
I
don't think it's crazy.
And you know what? Just to show my validity. Oh, that's going to be AIDS. I can't do that. Oh, well.
Yeah. It's not bad. You can kind of see.
You see it?
Oh, Utah money line.
Plus 300.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think that's a terrible play. I don't think that's a terrible play, Dylan. I mean, but I like the over. I think this game ends like 28-27. It's going to be close, I think. Anyhow, let's move on.
Last thing. Dylan, when's it time to start getting a little nervous? Washington stays undefeated. What happened the last time Michigan played a purple team in the college football playoff? Nobody thought it was that good.
Well, had a great offense, bad defense.
That's what I was. Yep.
In our defense, Crying Ryan sold our signs to TCU before the game. So
Crying Ryan.
I mean,
saving Crying Ryan.
A little different.
No, okay, fair.
There you go. Ole Miss, Georgia minus 10.5, over under 58.5. The only real thing I had to talk about on this game was Ole Miss finds themselves in these games every single year. It feels like they're this hot team. They're this fun team coming up. It's almost like the Kentucky thing where they're just fake good. And everyone's like, that offense is great. And then they just get blinded by them having a terrible defense. And they always underperform in these games. Mm-hmm. Nothing was funnier than Lane Kiffin, get your popcorn ready. And then they just get absolutely annihilated by Bama. I think we see a similar result here. I don't know. I'm not fully in on this Georgia team. I just can't back an Ole Miss team in these games when we've seen it year after year with the same coach, and even Jackson Dart last year. We even saw it with the Bama game earlier this year. Like, Ole Miss should beat Bama. Nope, of course not. Bama took care of business. The Ole Miss defense is not great. I think Georgia steamrolls in this game.
People constantly they'll trick themselves into talking themselves into Ole Miss as being the sharp side in this game, and it's like, we're getting 10 with Ole Miss, they're in the same league as Georgia, and then Georgia comes out and wins by 30.
But my problem is with this game is maybe this is the time Ole Miss does it.
Is that what you said last year?
I said it every time. I think that's the
Eventually you'll be right. Eventually you'll probably be right.
I think I've been on Ole Miss every single time.
Yeah,
every single time.
I'm not touching this game. I'm not betting this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Dylan,
I'm not betting it. I real quick, the only thing I have invested in this game is I have Jackson Dart to win the Heisman 150 to 1. So let's go Jackson.
This could be his moment.
Let's throw some darts.
BYU guy. He should be a BYU guy.
Yeah, that name sounds like a BYU. That just sounds like a Cougar.
He played in Draper, Utah. He should be
Draper, great place. Great place, Draper.
Do we believe Georgia's the best team in the country?
No. Oh, no.
Ohio State?
No.
You paused. You hesitated.
I did. I do think if we're talking, I got a little caught up because I was thinking college football playoff. I think Ohio State deserves to be number 1, but are they the 100%. Best team in the nation? No.
Connor, is Georgia the best team in the nation right now?
I'm going to go with no. And my answer will probably be different after this Ole Miss game if they come out and steamroll them by 3 scores. But as of right this second, I can't put Georgia number 1.
I think Michigan's still the best team in the country. I'm telling you, Dylan, I'm a Michigan man. You just don't believe me. All right, let's move on. Let's get out of here. USC, Oregon minus 15, over under 73.5. USC's beyond dead. There's nothing really analyzed about this game unless you guys have the pick or whatever. I mean, over's probably the play because no one gives a crap on the USC side anymore.
This is a classic. If USC goes down, though, they're going to go down and they're going to give up. And it's going to be ugly.
That's kind of talking about giving up. Does Caleb Williams play the full season?
Well, I was going to say, if they're down 2 scores in the first half, does he come out of the locker room? I mean, that might be it.
I don't think he plays the full season.
I don't know. Dude,
wouldn't surprise me.
Dude, he cares. Do you see him crying? He cares.
That's
he
the
cares
other thing.
about cuddling with his dog and watching Stranger Things. That's what Caleb Williams cares about.
He also cares about getting a piece of an NFL franchise as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, he wants equity. He wants a piece of the pie. He wants some of the ziti.
And then he tried to make fun of Max Duggan for crying after losing the TCU loss, and then he LOL'd back. That was great. That was great.
Let's also remember, this was the guy that wrote on his fingernails, F Utah.
I agree with that, though. No, I'm down with that.
It's not about that specific instance.
Dylan,
it's the fact that we were there, and then now we're here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, Dylan, I need you to be you see how crazy Texans fans are?
Yeah.
Utah fans are twice as worse as Texas fans. I'm warning you.
I'm not going to have you talk bad about Utah. I'm not. It's just not going to happen. Right?
Dylan,
as Mr. Pac-12.
Dylan, I'm warning you. Dylan, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. They are crazy.
Karter,
watch out.
He saved himself. He couldn't handle Texans and Utah in the same week, so Dylan's supporting Utah.
Dylan, I'm just warning you. If you ever find yourself on the bad side of Utah, I don't think you ever will.
Ever, no.
But if you do, I'm warning you. They are crazy.
Can we do a little experiment here?
Yeah.
Karter, give me some Utah slander. I'll tweet it out, and then we'll see how crazy they are. I'll tweet it out from my account so I'll get all the notifications.
Oh, boy.
No.
Go ahead, Karter.
Was it Alex Young is a bum? Or not Alex Young. Alex Smith is a bum?
Alex Smith. Kyle Whittingham is the most overrated coach.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Even though
now, Karter, I can't believe you just said that. That is the most preposterous thing. All right,
they'll give anybody a mic these days, huh? I mean,
they'll give anybody a mic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
that's the real issue that should have passed in Ohio: the raising of prices of mics.
they make a microphone that can connect to your laptop a minimum of $1,000. That would actually be a very funny law, and it would prevent so many podcasts.
That you'd have to have it implemented in a state like California, though. That would be the best. California or maybe
Utah,
New York. New York would be a good one.
Anyhow, parlay picks.
What do those states have in common?
Yeah, what do those states have in common? Do they vote a certain color, like yellow or orange, something like that?
What are the flu numbers like there?
I would say, what are the what? What'd you say? What are the what?
What are the flu numbers like around there?
Oh yeah. I would say a lot of masks. You see a lot of masks around those parts.
Paper straws.
Oh, don't get me started on those.
Brutal.
Condados. I don't know if you guys have Condados where you're at, but it's like a casual Mexican place. They have those paper straws, man. Oh, they're brutal.
Costco food court.
This is a good topic for the live show tomorrow.
It is a good topic.
Yeah.
Hawaii, only paper straws. Big L for Hawaii.
Oh, we got to get into that tomorrow.
They have a bunch of turtles, though, like turtle sanctuaries and stuff, so that makes sense.
F the turtles. I said it.
Wow. You're going to have big turtle coming after you.
Utah and turtle Twitter.
I'm flipping it. Karter hates turtles.
And Kyle Whittingham.
But you got to include this part though, is that would you rather, drink out of a paper straw and help the turtles, or would you rather have a normal straw? Answer. I need an answer from both of you.
Fifth.
I need an answer from both of you right now.
I plead
fifth.
No, you have to answer.
I'm not incriminating myself.
Okay, I'll answer that if you answer this.
The cheat code is the lid. You get the coffee lid that they do at sports games.
I'd rather just drink out of the cup directly. Yeah.
I will answer that question if you can tell me what Bryce Young's stat line was from Sunday, because I was watching Berman's fastest 3 minutes and I couldn't find it.
2 pick sixes and he was terrible.
They couldn't fit it all on the line. on the topic bar line, the graphic line.
It was so good. It was such a good. Yeah.
Two pick sixes. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Let's do the college football parlay and let's get out of here. Dylan, hit me.
North Texas SMU over 67.5. North Texas has one of the fastest offenses in all of college football. They play absolutely no defense, but they can score at any given time. SMU's put up some big numbers this year. I'm going over 67.5.
What was that again? Say it one more time so you can write it down.
North Texas SMU over 67.5.
Wait, do my ears deceive me? Did Dylan just take an over that's over 65? That is absurd.
I do want to say real quick, I am going back to the USC Oregon under 73.5. Not my parlay pick, but I am playing it.
Okay. I actually don't hate that because USC could give up easily.
Yeah.
Karter, I hope I'm not stealing your pick here, but I was kind of talked into this during the podcast. I like the Utah-Washington over here.
Okay.
Over 51.5 is what it's at right now. Utah-Washington. Actually, no, take that back. Utah-Washington over 50.5 on Caesars. I'm taking the 50.5.
That doesn't make me feel better. Guys, I want to take BYU, but I won't. I won't do it. Should I go gross and go under Rutgers and Iowa?
Oh, please. Dude, can I be honest with you? Games like that, it's literally just printing money. Like Iowa Northwestern last week, I've hit 2 Armed Forces unders already this season.
Go ahead.
That's the no-brainer unders that are super low. They've just been hitting. It's like printing money. It's awesome.
Because everybody's scared to take them.
Exactly.
Wake +3.
Oh, I like that. I was looking at that.
Wake +3.
Who do they play?
NC State.
I like that a lot.
MJ Morris is redshirting. Wake +3. All right, that's the parlay this week. North Texas SMU over 67.5. Wake +3. And Utah Washington over 50.5. That's it. We're done here. Anything else before we go? Thursday live stream?
Thursday live stream, yes. We don't know what time, noon, maybe. We'll figure out an exact time. If I forgot about this for NFL, if we could plug this in. One sneaky play I like, the Colts to be the lowest scoring team on Sunday, 33-1. I leave you with that.
Pats in Germany? Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Not the game to be the lowest scoring game. The Colts to be the lowest scoring team.
I really like that. All right, make sure to follow us all on Twitter at Connor_Sparrow, at Wilkerson A. Dillon, at Karter BA, at KarterCast on all socials. We have other people running the KarterCast account now. It's been doing fantastic. I want to thank.
Yeah, shout out Dylan. There's been some traction on there.
I can get the people talking.
At KarterCast. And then also Thursday live stream. Follow us on Twitter. Check it out. And I think that's it, right, guys?
Prop article's coming back next week. I'm 3-0 right now, and I'm also writing for Swarm and Sting, so check that out as well. That's my plug.
I have a college basketball picks article coming out on Friday.
Oh, beautiful. We're back.
Yeah.
And Dylan won't be able to see it because it doesn't exist.
No, he won't
be
able to see it. He won't be able to see it. It's blocked on Twitter. He's blocked. Yeah, college
the
basketball.
Cricket World Cup semifinals start next week.
You guys hear anything? I don't hear anything.
I hear crickets.
All right, that's it from us. Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
All right, anyhow, that's it from us. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.